Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night. What was the worst General Hospital episode ever? Now, we're in April. So, we still have a whole year to go. So maybe it should have been what was the worst episode so far, but I want to know from everyone what was the worst episode. Now, if you ask me, was the beginning of that nurse's ball. The episode where like nothing happened. It was a complete waste of time. You had to sit there and deal with an annoying whatever that woman's name was. And yes, I get it. She was a fan of the show, so props to her. But the episode offered nothing, absolutely nothing. Christ, that episode was bad. But I don't know. I want to know from everyone else now. CW, greetings and salutations, my friend. How you doing tonight? Makai's in the chat. Seriously. Shauna's in the chat. What's good, Shauna? Laura B, how have you been? You've been missed. Hope everyone is having a great, hope everyone had a great day so far. Hope everyone had a great day so far. Sharonda's in the chat. Was good, Sharonda? Monique says the worst for me was when Franco thought he was Jason and when Carly almost married him because she thought he was Jason's twin. That happened again? Oh wait, okay, never mind. That was probably before because I took a break then. So okay, I didn't know that happened. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, CW. Darby says you're not allowed to use that greeting is. Well, for my friend CW, I got his back. Just for my friend CW. But yeah, no, I'm sorry to hear that, CW. I hope you start to feel better soon. Oh wow, okay, 2014. What was I doing 2014? I must have came into it late 2014. Because I remember I did take a break, and I do remember. Yeah, Carly was going to marry Franco at the time. Was good, Darby. Thank you for joining. Joyce is in the chat. Was good, Joyce. Now, Sean said, "Why is Robert being a hypocrite about Dan's job? He colors out softer lines as well." Yeah, but you know what? It clearly didn't matter after today. Clearly did not matter after today. Now I'm going to be pulling a James. I'm going to be pulling a quote unquote JOG Media. Got applesauce. I still have my ooh, this looks so good. My noodles over there. I'm waiting for that to you know, settle in. Shauna says everyone says Michael's curse. What about Alexis? Ooh. I didn't think Shauna, I didn't think about that. Thank you, Laura B. Yes. Yeah, hit the like button. We got some new we got Joyce, she's new. And it really does work though. Really does work. What's good, my friend Ron? How you doing tonight? What is that? I haven't had these applesauces in a hot minute. James is always not there having these applesauces in the mornings. So next time when I'm on the stream, I'll sit there and tell him I had some. Barbie says, I think that Robert always despised Sonny for the role he played in Robin's life. Yeah, but he shouldn't though. Barbie says, I don't think he has ever been objective on Sonny ever. Sharana says, today's count for your question for Cheech, it could have been better. Kind of boring today. I felt it was filler. Yeah, I mean, except for the Ethan stuff, yes. Well, okay. It was kind of 50-50. There was some stuff like Gregory finding out what Gregory actually had. Um, yes, yesterday was definitely more filler than today. I felt like maybe it was just me because I have more stuff to pull from when I was doing my review. Now Jan says B&B was so boring. Yeah, I fast forward through half of it. I fast forward through half of it. But Sharana, it could have been better. I would definitely sit there and say it could have been better. But yeah, Janet, it was yeah. I think it because what episode wasn't like it's 2,000 episode or 9,000 episode or something like that, and it was just about Steffi's birthday. Like really, boom! It was really about Steffi's birthday. Shauna said Julian's dead now. Neil's dead now. Gregory. Will she ever be? And it's funny, Shauna, because I said that in my I said that in my I said in my review. I was like, why did he keep messing up her love life? Wow, that's crazy. Well, and here's the thing, CW. If they write into the show, that's fine. Um, Mr. Bear's in the chat. Was good, Mr. Bear? Ron says, what is happening to Phoenix with his vision problems? With his vision problem, he started wearing glasses. Well, maybe you're right. I mean, maybe he's always wore glasses. Maybe he's always wore glasses. You know, Nikisha was Smith, they're talking about Spotify, so I'm gonna look into that tomorrow. I got to do something with this damn desktop today. One and only Kyrese is in the chat. What's good, Kyrese? How you doing today, my friend? Last Day is in the chat. What's good, Last Day? Darby says, man, I'm tired of Diane turning the other cheek on why I really wanted her to vocally rip Summer's heart out today. I wanted her to tell Summer when I get out, I will become the mother effing of mothers. Yes. Yo, Darby, hmm. Summer is just becoming an everyday pain. Yes. I swear. What's good, Valerie? Thank you for joining. Dave is in the chat. What's good, Dave? But yeah, Summer has just become a daily pain in the ass. And Monique says, I me. What's good, Dave? Chris is Jesus. Chris is in the chat. Yeah, Jenna, yeah. Yeah. Summer has just been getting on my goddamn nerves for quite a while now. And she's just annoying. Like, whoa, you took time out of your day to come down to the prison and sit there and be like, na 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 boo boo, you're in jail. Like, boo, how old are you? You have one nigga says I found Diane and Robert as a couple he needs. Someone like the Diane. Yeah, but now you got Holly back and you got all that going on. But yeah, Summer has just been like, who does that? Laura B says, I have to say I'm disappointed with Ethan's recasting, not to say I would not give him a chance. I miss Nate person. I really fell in love with Hit Patrol. Yeah, but let's just see what happens. You know, let's just see what happens. Because here's the thing: he hasn't even really acted yet. And I trust me on a level I do understand what an actor to place like that is just what the hell. Um, Curry Sasana has always been an everyday pain. Yes, yeah. I'm Mel was in the chat. What's good, Mel? Krista says not going to stay long. My illness turned into an all-day ER visit today. My antibiotics and pain relief. Good news, I'm alive. Well, I mean, wow. I'm sorry you're going through all that. I mean, thank you for being here tonight. But definitely start to feel better soon. That is rough. Last says it's the worst Huge episode this year. Nurses Ball episode when nothing happens, or the Nurses Ball episode from 2019 because it was so boring. Watched at that time. Yeah. Yeah. No, but I'll hope you feel better soon, Krista. I mean, here's the thing: the Nurses Ball wasn't. I mean, I didn't really care for the performances. Like I never cared for the performances, but the other stuff was great. But Monday, I mean, that Monday, it was bad. Let's get Ariana. It's a toss up between the Nurses Ball and Willow. Yeah. But again, when the Nurses Ball, the week actually happened, Tuesday through Friday was great. It was everything else that just sucked. I mean, it was really Monday's episode that was just ass. And I did a review on it. And you have one person else saying, I was being pissy. Well, the episode was crap. What the hell do you want me to sit there and act like? You want me to sit there and be just doop 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 like double C's in the chat was good double Z? Double C? Isaiah, it's been a hot minute. How have you been? Isaiah says one of the worst episodes was when Jason and AJ got into that fight and fell from the staircase in 2005. Guza really tried his best to cap off his ruining of AJ's character during that episode. Valerie with the emoji. What is good, Isaiah? It's been a hot minute. I think this should be. Oh, I got my house sauce right there. Good. Krista says I wasn't a fan of Shiloh and Nicole's scenes. Daisy Flower was good. Was good. Seriously? Was good, Jonathan? We're talking about the worst episode of General Hospital. What was the worst episode for you? And also, Jonathan, do you? Well, it's kind of a dumb question. I know you watch Days, but you do watch General Hospital, right? Or he says, and it's gross that a captain had a crush on Nikki. He has zero taste in that classless woman. I Here's the thing, Kyrie. I didn't even know who. I didn't even know who that dude was. He literally came just random. I was like, bro, who are you? Literally, I mean, granted, maybe he was one of those inside jokes that people have known for a while, but for me, I was like, I have no idea who the hell he was. Okay, cool, John. Now, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure because I know Here's the thing, Jonathan. We always sit there and talk about Days of Our Lives, and that's probably because I haven't really been doing a lot of Days of Our Lives reviews. But I just want to make sure that Monique says Will and Michael needs some new dialogue. It's always the same thing. Oh, I'm dying. I want you to make peace. Blah blah blah. Last day says I was Monday's Nurse's Boy is one of the worst episodes of all time. Remember that review? I couldn't even watch it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Last day it was terrible. It was and last day, did you see the comments that I got? I'm like, what the hell do you want me to sit there and do about that? It was a crap episode. DJ Flow says worst episode was the Casey the alien episode. Hmm. Dolly's in the chat was good, Dolly. Tracy Steves is in the chat. Tracy Steves. You was in James' live stream earlier, right? Like earlier today. I was replaying his live stream from this morning, and I saw you in there. Yes, yeah, exactly, Chase. Because I remember hearing I remember when he called you, I was like, oh yeah, yeah, I know Tracy Steves. I don't know. I really like knowing. I like that I guess being familiar with people. You know, whereas like somebody says a name, it's like Makai. It's like okay, yeah, I know Makai. Like I know Daisy Flower. She's usually in Jess. What's good, Jess? I'm so glad you're in the chat. Um, oh, also in that movie Smile, the um the guy that woman was with, that dude was a chomp. That's all I'm gonna sit there and say. And also he reminds me of DC. He reminds me of DC Soap Sanctuary. I wanted to tell you that too. I wanted to tell you that, and I was like, I knew I forgot something yesterday when you was in the chat. Johnson said, I think the worst episode GH was when the nurse had a night outing and they talked smacked about Brick behind her back. Yeah, yeah, that was pretty shitty to be honest. Yes. Yeah, and Jonathan, then she actually sat there and she paid for a round of drinks for them, and they couldn't even be bothered to like thank her. They couldn't even be bothered to thank her. Yeah, just I was at work and I thought about that. I was like, I knew I forgot to tell her something. I was like, yeah, I want to sit there and talk about that damn chump. She was much better off with the mustache. That doctor was much better off with the mustache dude. I can't remember his name, but I just call him the mustache dude because he was rocking a mustache. Daisy Flowers says the Casey Alien episode were from the 80s and 90s. Oh, okay. Krista says that's when Terry began to befriend Brett. And just said, what did you say about Smile? I missed it. Oh, the in the beginning, the dude that she was with, the um the guy that looks like DC Soap Sanctuary, yo, that dude was a chump. That dude was a chump. And I think that she was much better off with the mustache guy. Veta was good. Veta was good from Denver. Ron says Born a Beautiful Race need the Sheila character because other characters are boring. Well, I mean, maybe if they wrote it a little bit better, but like, I mean, they already put her in jail. Um, Honestly, tell you the truth, maybe they just need to write better for the characters. Monique says, "I'm the kind of person who would rather you talk about me, my face, and not behind my back." So wish Britt would have heard them. I knew she probably did though. She probably knew. And Johnson says today's episode was pretty good though. Yeah, it was. It was for the most part. Yeah, it was. It was decent. And Jess says the A Train. Yeah, yeah, he was horrible. Yeah, exactly. Jess. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I see him now, I'm just like, no matter what he does, he is either A Train or he is DC Soap Sanctuary. DC Soap Sanctuary. And yes, I know they got a different. It's it is. It's the head shape. I still just feel that way. I still feel like DC looks like A Train. But yeah, that dude was a chump. Now Daisy Flower says, and Darby says nothing much. Siri, Sarah tried watching B&B today, but couldn't because of the special love and family episode. Yeah, exactly. Off on principle. Damn. No, it was bad. It was just stupid. It was, you know what it was? It was just filler. It was just filler. Now Daisy Flower says Brit knew how people felt about her. They didn't tell any lies. Yes, Jonathan from the boys. Now Jess says I don't see it, but I see it. I see it. I don't know why. I just see it. Kyrie says Willow still has the same weak mind that she did when she was in the cult. She keeps Nina banned from the wedding to please Michael's vendetta, not her own. If Michael told her to invite Nina, she would. You sure? Because I don't feel like she would. Even Michael said something like that. Okay, so yeah, Jonathan, you can see it. Okay. Daisy Flaw says A Train is a douche. She's not entirely wrong. She's not entirely wrong. That dude did want to get that pop singer killed. But yeah, Jonathan, I don't know, I can see it. Barbie said, yeah, it was filler and B&B, but it was good for me. Some history on the character. Yeah, and I mean, listen, long as you enjoyed it. Because here's the thing, like, okay, so the Sheila Halloween episode, I actually liked that episode. Now I know that episode was a filler, but for me, because I didn't really know the Sheila character too much, I enjoy seeing those flashbacks. So I can understand where you're coming from, Laura B, as far as that's concerned. Krista says Willow isn't inviting a woman who verbally and emotionally tormented her for years, not a woman who raised her like Sunny. Johnson says, but A Train does have some redeeming qualities in season three. Yeah, but he also did sit there and sell out. I forgot the chick with the lights and everything. Starlight. He did sell out Starlight when they were going to sit there and plan that whole cool thing. Actually, sold out Starlight and Princess Maeve. So it's kind of hard to sit there and see. Um, Daisy Flaw says the Nina owes the way Willow treated her Willow made sense when she said that Nina loves the idea of having a daughter. She doesn't love Nina. She doesn't love Willow. Kevo, yes, no, listen, you, I appreciate that. That means a lot coming from you. But you've been killing it with the subscribers and the numbers and stuff like that. So that means a lot coming from you. Thank you. Yeah, I can't believe it. I'm literally almost actually at 2,000 subscribers. I didn't even think about that until like a couple of days ago. Thank you for saying that, though, Kevin. Karen says the worst GH episode was the Colonel Sanders. That was definitely a cheesy episode. Johnson says Willow will survive because she's related to a vampire. Yes. Kevin said, I want you up there. And Kevin says, I want you to pass 10K. Hopefully, from your lips to God's ears, man. For real. I appreciate that. You've been there since the beginning, so you've been one of the beginning people that really supported me. So I appreciate that so much. So thank you. Now Sean says I'm glad Chase got his badge back because he doesn't really need to sing again. You know what? Here's the thing. I gotta sit there and listen to him sing one day. I do. Oh, thank you, Gabo. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm gonna take your advice on that whole workout tip thing because I do got to start to get back in shape. So hopefully one day I can sit there and be doing some one-handed push-ups like you. Now Ariana says when you get there you have to have some kind of celebration. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely Ariana. Thank you. Yes. Hmm. Yeah, it definitely gonna have to be it definitely gonna have to be a lot bigger than the first one. I got to 1,000. Also, and I'm glad you reminded me of that, um, Ariana. Because like I said, when when I get to 100 members, I'm going to be sitting there doing a giveaway. So I'm definitely looking forward to that as well. Harry says Nina was damaged by her mother. Willow admitted that she was impressed by the interaction she had with Nina at the hospital when Nina gave her the nail polish. Then she reassured Michael she still hates her. Harry says, honestly, Albert, before you even do those, when on push-ups, when I did was waited 20 weeks to grow an arm strength with my dumbbells. I train my biceps every day. All right. Yeah, I do actually have, I do, yeah, I do actually have dumbbells. Thank you. Lady Flo says, I never thought Steffi should be CEO. She isn't that bright. Gwen is in the chat. What's good, Gwen? How have you been doing? Hmm. Shauna says, if Nina didn't know Willow was her daughter, would she be nasty to her? You know what? No, no, she wouldn't be. As as much smoke as I give Nina during this whole thing with the cancer thing, she wouldn't have been meaner. She wouldn't have been. Um. Oh, what's good, Dolly? Jesus Christ! Did I actually say hi to you before, Dolly, when you first came to the chat? Hope I did. Kevin says if you can do them right now, then you have some crazy strength, man. No, no, no. I'm gonna build that slowly. I'm gonna build that slowly. Justice, are you gonna check out the power? Oh yeah, yeah. It's comes out the 20th, right? I'm assuming that's Friday. So yes, yes, I am definitely gonna do that, Jonathan. And if I get a chance, I'm gonna sit there and do a little review on there, or just like my thoughts on the episode on the special. So yeah, I guess I'll just. It's tomorrow. Jonathan, are you serious? Tell your mother happy birthday, Gwen. Tell your mother definitely happy 90th birthday. Becky D's in the chat. What's good, Becky D? Yes, definitely tell your mother happy 90th birthday. Wow. Oof. I may actually have to wake up early tomorrow, Jonathan, because okay, all right. I may actually have to sit there and wake up early tomorrow. Thank you for letting me know. Deja Flaw says during the cancer she will be civil after she received Nina. After her recovery, Nina would treat her the same. I I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel like she would. I don't feel like she would. Yeah, Kyrie. Somebody else in the chat actually said that as well. Somebody said that, and they were sitting there saying they were sitting there theorying what they're gonna like incorporate into the story. But yeah, Dolly, let me know if I actually said hi to you when you came in the chat because I usually always say hi to people, and if I didn't, I apologize. Yeah, John, honestly, to tell you the truth, I can't wait to I can't well Zach also, but I also can't wait until I get to see Billy back because I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I felt like he probably had the most character growth throughout any Power Ranger. I mean, he was the definition of somebody who started at the bottom, and at his prime, he was up there fighting putties unmorphed. So he may not exactly be my favorite Ranger, but he definitely had a hell of a lot of Okay, good, darling. Yeah, no, Jonathan, Billy's my guy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Um, my all-time favorite is always going to be Jason. Point blank, period. But Black Ma's in the chat. Black Ma's everyone. I'm here. Work meeting. I would not miss this. Black Ma, it is always great to see you in the chat. So thank you for joining us. Seriously, did you really just? Ariana says the writers can try to redeem Nina all they want. Never for me. Even if Unicorn. He is keeping it 100. I love it. Now, Kyrie says, at least if she was pregnant on the show, there will be no need for a DNA test this time. Damn. Not wrong. Dolly says, I can't wait to see the Power Rangers special this week. Yeah, Johnson, it's funny. It's funny, Dolly. Johnson actually told me about it because I thought it was coming. I thought it was going to come out on Friday. It's actually kind of odd now that I think about it. Um, on a seriously? Oh yeah, no, thank you, Double D. I mean, thank you, Double C. Thank you. I have no idea where we are with the likes though. Wow, that's amazing, Monique. Blackman says you always keep it 100 over your surreal. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, I always feel like there's no reason, Oh, that is definitely the wrong video. Yeah, I gotta keep it 100. You know. So thank you for saying, and thank you for noticing that, though. For real, Blackman. Thank you for noticing that. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. So we have 43 people. We only had 14 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, thank you, Becky D. If you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does actually help. And thank you, Becky D. Because I was looking at the, I was like, where's the likes thing at? Dolly said, did you ever read any of the Boom comic Power Ranger books? Those stories are all. No. Also, Dolly, I also heard like the Sentai stuff is crazy, though. Like the Sentai stuff is nuts. Like Rita actually fights people. I mean, it wasn't often, but like she did actually like fight a Power Ranger. I thought that was interesting. Netflix. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that Nina would just be civil. I mean, no, I don't think that she would just be civil to her. I think she would actually be nice to her. Justice says Super Sentai has been going on since the 60s. Yeah, Jonathan, all I know is I saw one fight scene that let's just sit there and say this Power Ranger grabbed whatever this foot soldier was by the nuts. And I was like, what? And the way he was fighting, it definitely was not like like American stuff. I was like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so y'all get down like this? Uh, so it says newer comics are insane. They actually tell stories from the 60s about the last time Zordon recruited team. People actually, what? Okay. All right, don't, yeah, all right. I gotta sit there and try to find a way to get to these comics. Because, have a good night, Krista. Thank you for joining us. And definitely feel better soon. Now, Deja Claus says, did they talk about how Steffi almost got Hope SA? Really? But, Joey, that's crazy. I gotta find a way to get, okay. I did not know about that. That is crazy. And I would definitely love to read something like that. You said it was Boom Comics? Now, last it says, "Do bad B&B didn't bring up the fact that Liam and Steffi had a son together." What? What? I mean, I only started watching the show like maybe 2 years in, so I didn't know anything about that. What happened with that? Johnson says, and B Fighters, Japanese show B Borg were based on their scenes where the blue bee gets. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. And Jonathan, you know how sanitized the show was when it came out, like in America. So I can't imagine that. What's good, Solomon? Thank you for joining us. I hope you had a great day. Mel says Harrison knows that if he told Hope the truth about saying that Bo was alive, well, yeah, yeah. I honestly tell you the truth, Mel, I knew he was going to do that. I knew he was going to do that. I knew he was going to do that. Jay said, I thought today's GHF. It was decent. It was. Darby says, I will be Team Nina when I say this. Nina has been running herself ragged trying to get forgiveness by Willow, but after a certain point, I would tell Nina to not bother and tell her to kick rocks. Toby says, yeah, they had the storyline called Shattered Grid that brings all the different. Oh, okay, Dolly. Yeah, I've heard of that. I heard of that. And it has some guy called like Draco or something like that, right? Was it Draco or Drago? It was something along those lines. Double C says Japanese kids shows was darker than US. You think the kids here couldn't handle it? Yeah. Honestly, tell you, I mean that's Double C to some extent. Even some of the Canadian team shows are more darker than the shows out here. Dolly says Draco. Draco. Okay, I think it's Dracon, right? Am I pronouncing that right? Dracon. Now Johnson says, "Do you think Megan has a plan to get out of prison?" Oh yeah, yeah, she definitely does. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm loving the scenes with her and Kristen though. Oh, excuse me. I am loving the scenes with her and Kristen. Yeah, I am. Monique says right now I'm also watching Demon Slayer on Netflix. Oh yeah, no. Monique, no, I know what that is. I know what that is. I still gotta finish watching the last season of Attack on Titans. Daisy Flower says, I can't bring myself to feel sorry for Nina. You can't bully someone for years and then expect instant forgiveness. You know, that is true to an extent, but I don't think that, I think that realistically, she knows that Willow's not going to forgive her instantly. But I think she's trying. And I don't think it's I guess I don't think it's too much to ask for her to sit there and meet her halfway. Trust me, I do not like Nina. And when she did that whole bullying crap with Willow at that school, it boiled my blood. But she was willing and ready to sit there and donate, you know. I mean, granted, she might have whatever, but the point is, you gotta start somewhere. And life is damn is too short. Now Dolly says I'm ready to see Megan Elise on Salem. She's the real villain 3 days. First villain threat days have had since Stefan. Now Curry said, yeah, my girl Ava Jerome is messy, but I love her unconditionally. Chelsea Brown is in the chat. What's good, Chelsea Brown? Let's everyone say what's up to Chelsea Brown. I know you was in the live stream before, but you're still new, so I want everyone to sit there and give you a warm welcome. But you know, I mean, again, that's my whole thing now. Okay, now Darby says, please let it go. Nina says she's sorry, and Willow should be the bigger person about this. I don't know about being a bigger person about that. Let's not let's not go that far. But you know, my whole thing is about life is just too short. You know, and I don't think it's too much to sit there and ask for, at the very least, to be civil, have conversations here and there. You know, they may not be the best mother and daughter duo, but I don't think it's out the question. Monique says, do you think Nina was out of line when she asked Terry if there were an alternative treatment for Willow? No. Dave Flo says Willow has met her halfway. Willow and Nina talked, and there are boundaries. Nina can't ask about the kids. They aren't close, so she shouldn't expect an invite to the wedding. Hmm. I don't know. Goldie says, I think for me is that Willow seems to get past this stuff Harmony did, and that just seems way more. Yes. Yes. 100% yes. And Johnson says, hopefully you get more scenes with the new Ethan. Yeah, exactly. I want people to at least, I want to see more scenes with him before we start to like truly judge him and be like, oh man, you need to go, because I get it. There was a lot of loyalty with the original Ethan, and it does kind of suck that he can't come back. Um, but my whole thing is like, let's just sit there and see where this goes. You know, just as at least they both agreed to invite Sonny and Nina to the wedding. Wait, Nina's going to the wedding also? I remember. I mean, I remember them inviting Sonny. I don't remember them inviting Nina. Mel says, I hope that Eric and Donna will have a storyline comes in as filler. Eric and Donna will have a storyline. Oh, okay, yeah. Me too, Shauna. But of course, you know, they're pulling full steam ahead with this. Monique says I was on Jay's message board, and some think she was crossing boundaries by asking that question, saying she was going against her wishes. I don't see it. I mean, she just asked a question, you know. Just as that fighting scene with Holly Tracy, yeah, it was just. But you know, honestly, tell you the truth, Felicia just went there saying, "Tracy, is that you, Tracy?" I'm like, why don't you just sit there and say her last name and where her address is? Like, why would you even do that for? It's so stupid. Now, Deja Flaw says, well, people can't get off at Dex, and Christina trains since Ethan is back. Ariana says, unfortunately, is Sunny coming? Unfortunately, if Sunny comes, he will bring the ball and chain. Damn. DC Soul Sanctuary, aka A Train, is in the chat. DC says, let me add Nina. Let me add Nina gave Willow life. Without her, there will be no Willow. But just popping in, I found out from Albert's thumbnail that Ethan and as he was blind, I was hurt by the spoilers. Yeah, part of me is sorry for spoiling that. Part of me is. So I partly apologize for spoiling it for you. Partly. Harry says Willow and Nina were stolen from Nina, so can't say she's not a mother by choice. Valerie says it was funny when the guy says sees them on GH made me think of Scooby Doo. Yeah, exactly. I was like, who says that? Like seriously, who says that? Now Kyrie says Josh is way worse than Thomas. Kyrie is Josh worse than Summers on YNR? DC says not so good. I know. I knew the wrist locking. Yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah, I partly apologize. You know who the hell actually says partly apologizes? Um, Big Nate is in the chat. What's good, Nate? Now just said Tracy had the situation handled. Then Felicia had to open her. Yeah, exactly. I was like, but what are you doing? And just the way she did this, she was like, Tracy, is that you? I mean, here's the thing. It made her look like a dingbat. It really did. And I would like to think, uh, now Valerie asks a question. Valerie asks, oh, anyone cares about Gregory's illness? Seriously, in the chat, does anyone actually care about Gregory's illness? Jolie says, I was startled when I saw a blonde Ethan. My first thought was, why is Zach from St. Now, Carrie says that's a tough one, Albert. Extremely tough. But yeah, I hate Joss more. She ruins my crush on Dex. So me and her are always gonna be at beef. Ariana says no. Damn. Damn. Just said I don't care about Gregory at all. Jesus. Tough crowd. Tough crowd. Okay, somebody has a heart. Shauna says yes, I care about Gregory. Hmm. Yeah, I do too. Don't get me wrong, I don't care about Gregory, but it was actually pretty sad. Now Jess said, why wasn't he there for Chase? You mean with the whole leg thing, or like I don't? Laura B said I don't like how stupid they made an intelligent woman Felicia. Yeah, it was pretty stupid. It reminds me, Dolly, I gotta look into how to do that on here. I gotta once here's the thing, Dolly. Once I look into it, like tomorrow, I'm definitely gonna sit there. Well, once I look into it, I'm definitely gonna do it. Once I look into it tomorrow, then I'm definitely gonna sit there and try to do it. Chelsea, yes, I care about Gregory too. Deja Fly says I care about Gregory, and if the storyline is done, well, it will be interesting. Yeah, as I do miss. Oh, okay. Um, I do miss doing my little polls. Perry says once Dex and Willow become free from the brat half siblings, I will accept them with open arms. Johnson says, oh, seriously? Johnson says if Nina gets kidnapped or something like that, Willow may start to care. Yeah. Jay Blue is in the chat. What's good, Jay Blue? Valerie says night, Jay Blue. I mean, hi, right? Um, Jay Blue says, GNR. Oh, I know. I just now watching yesterday and today. GH, however, Max is definitely Felicia's daughter. I'm not a I'm not a fan of both of them. And Laura B says to me, Josh and Summer seems equally annoying. Wow. For me, Summer is actually more annoying right now. Summer is way more annoying right now. I'm gonna be honest, way more annoying right now. She is. Ugh. I can't wait to do a review on that tomorrow. Hopefully, at least that's all you were saying. Another in the chat was Another says what exactly is interesting about Gregory. I don't care enough about a grown man with a DR for a son choosing not to tell his son doctor about his medical condition. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I get it. Jay Blue says Willow giving Nina updates about her health seems like a step in the right direction. Yeah, I mean it's something, but I'm like again, life is way too short. Jonah says I don't care about Dan in jail. Remember Nikki was in jail for murder. I don't care. All right. Like I said, I get it. You've been watching the show longer than me. So for me personally, I'm just like I don't here's the thing. I don't I feel like her being in jail is well, she did it to other people. So I get that part. But Summer coming in there acting like a damn child, rubbing in her face, it's like, are you kidding me? And again, Phyllis is an idiot. Phyllis is an absolute. I don't understand what planet she thought that taunting a guy who, just came out of jail, is hell bent on revenge, and is telling you multiple times that, you know what, I want you to sit there and stay put. I don't want you to sit there and go back. Um, and she's just like, no, you don't scare me. Okay, cool. Ariana says, Albert, you got a tough crowd. Ariana, it seems like I have a tough crowd every night. But it's part of the fun though. Have a good night, Dolly. Oh my God, it was really great seeing you. Wish you could have stayed longer, but hopefully I get to see you tomorrow. We can sit there and talk more about that. Um, kind of drunk now. I just lost my train of thought. But have a good night, Dolly. Thank you for joining. Dolomedics. Now, Anetta says, I know the show is called General Hospital, but what is up with all the sick people and they are all acting like their medical conditions don't matter? Anetta, even there's another guy that does soap opera content. His name is Dion's Corner. And he said the exact same thing. he said the exact same thing. So I find it really funny when you mention that. Now Nate says, I wonder what the actress who played Phyllis really thinks about all of this. Her character has been trashed too much since Diane came back to town. And then it says, I think Willow would rather made Michael character boring. And then it says, I think Willow made Michael's character boring. Michael used to be interesting. Hmm. When? I mean, you could be right, but I want to know when his character seemed like it was interesting so long ago. I don't even remember. When was the last time his character was in? When was the last time Michael's character was interesting? Darby says Summer has been um feeling herself lately. This is probably the most power she's ever. Yeah. Oh no, Joyce is still in the chat. You just meant to saying goodnight to Dolly. Yeah, no, Joyce is still in the chat. Spiderquake is in the chat. Spiderquake says, "How is it fair that Willow wants to invite Sunny and not Nina? Because she still got problems with Nina. That's why." Which I do feel like she should kind of bridge the gap a little bit. So I do understand that. Um, Again, this is exactly when I can't think of one time. That's always something that they're like. And Johnson says when he threw Shallow in the elevator. How did that happen? Was I drunk that day? Because I don't remember that. Now Joyce said I don't watch series, but I think I would start to watch the conversations. Is great. Joyce, what show do you watch? What soap operas do you watch? And then it says him and Morgan had great chemistry as brothers, and it sucks they killed off Morgan because he was a good balance with Michael. Mel says I knew Devon was going to go back to Chancellor Winters with Lily, so I think Tucker will sell them a call unlimited to Victor for a higher price so that Adam can run it. Yeah, I mean, laws is coming out of his pockets because Victoria already was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Kyrie says Charlotte was so physically weak, he was the town's punching bag. Valerie says, I miss Manic Morgan. Okay. Daisy Flowers says Michael was interesting when Nell died. That's very true. I give you that. That's very true. Spike Quick says, how far you think Tracy, Ethan, Felicia, and Holly gonna go? I mean, unless they get trapped again, like they bring in more guards. Um, Johnson says Shiloh crashed Willow's birthday at the Metro Court. Michael basically grabbed him and threw him in the elevator door. I gotta watch that again. Joy says B&B and Y&R. Okay. What did you think of the? Okay, Joyce. What did you think of the episode of Y&R? I felt like B&B was. All right, so we got 40 people that's watching. We have 20 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. We get new people like Joyce, um, Anetta, and it really does help. Really does help. Like quick said, I prefer Willow and Michael than Carly and Drew. Daisy Flaw says, I like Carly and Drew. Now Joyce says filler. Hmm. I don't know. I think Victor was a dick for practically saying that he was going to fire Michael Baldwin if he decided to represent Diane. Which, by the way, and maybe I'll talk about this more in my review tomorrow. So you're telling me that the only lawyer that they can get is Michael Baldwin on YNR? No one else. No one else. Just Michael Baldwin. That makes sense. That it is literally the stupidest. I'm like at this point. I'm like, yo, Diane, you're better off representing yourself. You can't just get it like a public defender. No, we need Michael Baldwin. And of course, you got Nikki's bougie ass that you're talking about. You can't do that. Like, okay. Oh, no, seriously? And Joyce says Michael is Victor's fixer. I mean, I get that, but I'm like, here's the thing, Joyce. And granted, I haven't been watching the show as long as you or anyone else, but I just feel that Michael has probably stuck his neck out for Victor more times than he can count. So if he wants to sit there and represent Diane, you're practically sitting there saying, "Well, if you do, I mean, well, you're fired." Like what? But I'm not gonna lie, I miss doing reviews on YNR. I don't know. Spike Quick says, "What Carly needs is a good story without Drew holding her back. Then she wouldn't be boring." Spike Quick says, "Watching Carly and Drew puts me to sleep." Just says Drew sucks. I can't stand him with Carly. Monique says Victor is sunny and Michael is chasing the situation. I don't get it. Just as I can't wait to see the look on people's face when they realize they were wrong about Diane. Oh God, Jonathan, yes. And the sad thing is, Jonathan, the dialogue has been so bad with Kyle and Summer. Like it's been so unbelievably god awful bad. And they brung back in Noah and for anyone that watches YNR, they brung back Noah and Allie, and I'm just like, why? Why? Well, are they actually going to give them a good storyline, or like, what's the point of bringing those two back? Now, CW says, what about Brittany Hogan's? I think she represents Sharon when Nikki, and Victoria were on trial for JT's murder. Yeah, CW, they could have. It was so dumb. It was so dumb. They could have literally got any other lawyer. Oh, we need somebody that's not going to be intimidated by Christine. Seriously? You mean the blonde chick that was talking to Chance? Is she supposed to be their definition of intimidation? Now, if this was Melinda on days, Then I could be like, okay, fine. Oh, she's such a heavy hitter. She's so intimidating. Yeah, okay. She's intimidating. Right. Shauna says Noah and Summer are close. I mean, okay, maybe for a supporting character, fine. But I just feel like they didn't really do that much to those characters. They seemed like they were really boring. They wound up getting Audra in there just to sit there and spice things up. And then they just randomly and then bring him back. Which, by the way, here's the thing: I like their new opening. I like YNR's new opening. By the time that they updated those pictures, I'm like, come on, those people do not look that age. Those people are not the ages that you see in those pictures. So I'm so glad that they updated that ish. Now Monique says I was comparing Victor to Sonny and Jason to Michael. Both Sonny and Victor demands you. Oh, okay, okay, thank you. Okay, now I got it. Johnson says, "Are Vance Abrams? He represented Adam years ago. Yeah, they could have got anybody, Jonathan. I mean, that's my point. They could have literally got anybody. So it just makes zero sense. It really does. Well, no, I gotta get Diane. I mean, I gotta get Michael. I gotta get Michael. I'm like, no, you don't. I was like, bro, at this point, and I don't, and you know, when Jack was like, they couldn't find anyone else to sit there and represent them. I'm like, you couldn't find anyone to represent Diane, super high profile case, and you're telling me that nobody wants to touch that with a 10-foot pole? Are you okay? All right, yeah, that makes sense. Shonda says Michael and Chris came up together, but nobody else would take her case. What? Michael and Chris? Okay, I'm not understanding it. I said I don't like the way Colin and Summer are fighting about Phyllis and Diane. So stupid. Keisha's in the chat. What's good, Nikisha? Big Samuel's in the chat. Let's say what's up, Nikisha and Samuel. Nikisha, who's Goldilocks? Where's the real Ethan? Hey, listen. Luke was blonde. Luke had blonde hair, so I'm okay with it. Um, Samuel says they could have brought John back as Diane's attorney. They could have got anybody. I think that's the point I'm saying they're trying to make. They could have literally got anybody. Curry says the producers are so cheap, the man their money's worth. They won't even settle for an off-screen attorney for Diane. It's Michael or nothing. Yes, at this point, it's literally Michael or nothing. Like it's so okay. One Nick says at this point, Michael should have his own law firm where he won't be under Victor's command, work his own hours, and decide which cases he wants to take on. Yeah, exactly. Instead of literally having Nikki, bougie ass Nikki, all up in his face talking about, well, you can't do that. My opinion is the right opinion. The whole time I'm sitting there watching this episode, I'm like, Nikki, if you don't shut your bougie ass up, just that all these couples are actually doing their own thing on GH. Both are pretty great. Samuel says even John knows the history of Diane and Phyllis. Yeah. But I mean, even I mean, yeah, they could have literally got um anyone to do it. It just it seems so stupid. And it's Y&R can tell some really some really ass-dying stories. Like the way that they do these stories are just lazy. Now TW says Nikki makes me laugh considering she was once a stripper. She and Brooke Logan make me sick. Oh, the infamous Brooke Logan. Now Double C says maybe Jack can hire Dan from General Hospital. Yeah, at this point, anybody. Listen, exactly. I'll be so okay with that. Um, Anita says Maurice is supposed to be retiring this year or something like that. Hey, how Sunny is going out. Now Deja Flower says, "Where's Amanda?" But yeah, here's the thing. Me and DC have been saying that for a hot minute that Maurice Bernard is leaving soon. At this point, I'm cool with it. Kyrie says Diane Miller will be great for Diane Jenkins. Yes, Diane. Now Nikki said I booed when Chase got his job back. Damn. You you want him to be singing again? I mean, would you would you like him to be singing again? Now Anita says, is it Anita or Aneta? Because I'm not gonna lie, I actually had a couple of I've been having this one. It is Anita, right? It is Anita. Let me know if it's Anita. Tyron is in the chat. The decision is reached with Chase. Yeah, like we didn't already know. Like we already didn't know. I said Anita. Now Nikki said no, no singing. I think Chase should have teamed up with Sam and Felicia on a PI. You're saying Aneta, but it's Anita. Oh, it's Aneta. Aneta. Okay, Aneta. Oh, so like in my little drunken haze, I actually said your name right. Yeah, but that's what I said. And Anita. Anita. It was good, Tyron. Oh, Anita. Okay. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Anita. Anita. Ariana said you said my name right in the just said it's not Anita. Damn, so I feel bad because I've been saying your name for about an hour and 17 minutes wrong. I am, I am so sorry, Anita. I am so sorry, Anita. I mean, Aneta. It's not Anita. It's Aneta. Anita. Now, Nikki said, wait, you're in a drunken haze long day. No, it's just, alcohol hits me faster because I'm a lightweight. When he says Anita is like a singer, Anita Baker. Anita is like oh, Anita Baker. Okay. Yeah, no. I am so sorry. I am so sorry, Anita. I am very bad with names. If, you know, everyone else in this chat knows that I'm really bad with names. Um, Now Kyrie says, well, it may take Albert a while to learn to pronounce names, but once he gets it, he gets it. Yes, Kyrie, yes. We talked about that in our members live stream as well as some other things. Now Samuel said, Albert will butcher name. That is very true, unfortunately. Jesus Christ. But yes, Kyrie, I feel bad that I butchered everyone's name personally. I butchered most people's names in this chat. No, seriously, for like a good hour and 17 minutes, I just kept butchering this poor woman's name. Um, Johnson says Friday is when RJ's returns to BNP, but I don't know if you appear in the beginning or at the end. I'm okay. I'm definitely gonna look forward to that name now. But no, seriously, on that, I'm sorry. Um, Monique said people sometimes call me Monica. I wonder what. Oh God! Wow. And they they even try to get your name right. Jesus. Thank you, Blackmon. Thank you. No, I generally love every person in this chat. Like, just as not my name. And Carrie says exactly. In the next member stream live, I'll spill the tea on what movie it was that show Willow. Oh, Carrie, yes, yes. I'm so looking forward to that. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, we're definitely spilling the tea. Now, double C's, I think it's safe to say that I'm glad I don't know my full name. Double C, I think I do know I think I do actually know your name now. Well, I know part of your name because I remember you was in James. I remember you were in James live stream one day, and I'm not gonna say it unless you want me to, but I do know your first name now. That's mostly because of James, and you said it during that time. Ariana says, so glad I don't go by my first name. It was butchered enough throughout school and university. Yeah, Ariana. There's another person's name who I couldn't even get right for a hot minute, and I just called you Anna. And then we started getting some other Annas in here, so I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to change that. When he says I used to call. Hmm. Now Joyce says I want Finn to have a great storyline other than the she devil. Now Joyce, okay, I'm assuming you're talking about B&B Joyce, right? I mean, you're talking about B&B, right? So double C, I think it's Charles something, right? Charles something. I know the first name is Charles. Spider Quick says, "Are you gonna watch new?" Oh, hell yeah, Spider Quick, without a doubt, without a doubt. But I'm gonna wait for that. I'm not gonna do it on Friday. I'm gonna do it for that following week because I want to see it during the weekday. But like no one is actually there. Johnson says, "Do you think Bo will finally get back to his normal self?" Yeah, but it's gonna take a while though. It's gonna take a while because I think if they just do it now, it's gonna be boring. So, but yeah, he's gonna eventually. Samuel says, "In the South, we will fight you if you say our names wrong after we had corrected you." Well, I mean, Samuel, your name is actually pretty easy to remember. It's easy to say, and plus, for some odd reason, Samuel, whenever you come in a chat, and I always say your name, the first person I think about, kinda, is somebody named Kevin Samuels, which I know a lot of people don't like. WC says Coway. Coway? 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 Charles Coway. Yeah, I remember because he wanted to use your name in his book. WC. Spidey Quick said, "What's your favorite Marvel character right now?" I don't know if I have a favorite character right now. I know, well, I'm watching She-Hulk right now. So, but I want to sit there and say she's my favorite character. I like the Hulk. Not, just in general, I like the Hulk as a character. What about you, Spider Quake? But for a while, George, I felt like B&B's Finn couldn't act. I felt like he couldn't act. I felt like he wasn't a good actor. And I remember I said that in my review, and somebody was like, I don't know if I pissed this person off or something like that, but this person was so mad. WC says, "Sorry, I said the last name. It's really Charles Calloway." Okay, Charles Calloway. Spider Quick said, "Who do you like as a team? The best Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four, X-Men, Spider Quick, X-Men. I'm always gonna go with the X-Men. Don't get me wrong, I like the Avengers, but I'm always gonna go with the X-Men." Ariana Hannah says, "My nickname is Storm." I like it. Monique says, "Diamela would grill the hell out of Phyllis." Now Samuel says, "OMG, don't use my name in that Saka in the same sentence." I can't stand that man. Damn, damn. It was. I will definitely not use that in the future, Samuel. But why? Okay, I'm very curious, Samuel. Why you don't like him? Because trust me, there's literally plenty of reasons why. And, but I want to know your reason now. Spidey Quick says, "Do you think the X-Men can be the Justice League?" Maybe. Maybe. 'Cause, honestly, tell you the truth, it would literally come down to Charles Xavier versus Martian Manhunter, and I feel like that would be interesting. I would see. Have you ever watched Gotham Knights? No. Um, I heard it's good. I heard it's good. But I don't know. I have this whole thing where I'm just like I'm not really liking the CW right now because they literally canceled all my favorite shows. So like in this weird way, I'm trying to do my best to like not support the CW, even though I've been watching Riverdale like I don't know every week, which I know is pretty stupid. But quite quick says which X-Men can be Batman. Spider Quake. See, the joke that I would sit there and use is none of the X-Men could be Batman because as long as Batman has prep time, nobody ain't beating him. That's the truth of the matter. Batman get that prep time, ain't nobody beating him. Shree says, as much as I love Batman, all the X-Men can be Batman. He just a hot boy with money. The X-Men are mutants. Yeah, but like I said, with Batman his prep time. Anetta says everyone can be Batman. Johnson says the CW is pushing this golf broadcasting that no one cares for. Yes. There, Jonathan. God. And Jonathan, because here's the thing, you watch Eric Reload. So you know where the joke is coming from this whole golf thing. Is that they're pretty much making this, they're pretty much kind of rebranding the CW into stuff that, and do not take this as an offense for anyone that's a little bit older, but they're turning the CW into stuff that your grandmother will watch. I'm sorry, but that's literally what they're doing. Um, Darby says the X-Men cannot beat the Justice League. However, the X-Men are the original comic book team. They aren't beating them. When it says, why do these characters wait till they're on their way to shake hands with Jesus? They decide to say, I'm sick, been for a while. There's nothing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know, Monique. For me personally, it was just like, I don't know. I felt bad for Gregory. I did. Quick says, same can be said with Iron Man. He's like Batman. As much as I love Iron Man, he's the same as Batman. No, I don't see it. I, I, I really don't see it. Batman is a tactician. Iron Man is a genius when it comes towards building stuff in science, and so is Batman to some extent. But Batman is he's more tactical than anything else. Harry says it's only a matter of time before Liam gets jealous of Taylor. He's used to sitting down, getting his nails done, sipping tea with Brooke, gossiping. AJ's in the chat. What's good, AJ? Okay, says what I mean. What I mean, same as Batman. They both rich. And be honest too. No, I get that part. I get that part. Um, I just, I don't know. Like I said, I feel that they're not the same. Batman is more tactician than anything else. And what's good, AJ? Thank you for joining us again. When it comes to like combat and strategy and stuff like that, Batman has it. Now Sammy says, I don't like him because of how he treats black women, telling all these foolish hoods about them without laying out the reasons why black women have is harder than yes. No, I 100% agree with that, Samuel. 100% agree with that. Yeah, 150. Sheree says Iron Man is the science, is engineer, Batman is the business, socialite, martial artist. You don't, Sheree, we're gonna have to have a conversation behind the scenes. I'm gonna have to sit there and school you on some stuff. We're gonna have to have a conversation behind the scenes because you're not wrong about that, but there's more to Batman than that. Now, I'm gonna read this. Johnson says double C, but the CW can't just run reruns. They need newer shows. Yeah, they do. Instead of showing like golf and NASCAR, because for some odd reason that makes sense. AJ says what I don't like about the Parkers is that a single mother going back to college chasing a guy who didn't really want her. If you talking about like that show that was connected to Moesha, right? Darby says Batman is an all-around genius in all areas. She says like what, like how he needs therapy. I love Batman, by the way. Yeah, he definitely needs therapy. I mean, to be fair, most people probably need therapy. DJ Flower says there's no cure for ALS. Gregory should tell his kids, but the situation does happen in real life. Yeah, yeah, that's what I said. Like, I felt genuinely bad for him, but also I'm just like, what the hell are they doing with Alexis and her love life? Is true, sure. It's true. Not AJ said yes, it is obvious a spinoff from Moesha. Yeah, no, I used to watch. Well, back in the day, I used to sit there and watch a lot of Moesha. Quick says Batman kills Superman. Yeah, I mean he's Batman. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like plot armor and um, plot armor. AJ says I prefer Batman over Superman. Yeah, I mean, listen, I love Batman, but Superman's always going to be my guy. Though. Superman's always going to be my guy. Point blank. Period. Samuel says I didn't need that birthday episode for Steffi on B&B. Yeah, I didn't need it either. Samuel, what do you think is the worst episode on General Hospital? The worst episode you've seen on General Hospital. Sherry, you're cute. I like that. Anetta says, how are they going to do the Davis family is so wrong. They all ain't got nothing nice going on, just a filler life. That's been going on for a while. And they did bring in Christina. Christina wants to sit there and um What did she want? She wanted to own her own restaurant or something like that. And then Sunny was like, I think it's a bad idea because of X and Y. Okay, Dad, you're right. I am so glad they brought in the actress to sit there and do that scene. Jay Blue says, Gregory keeping his illness doesn't make any sense to me because he's going to physically need their help. Yeah, but I get it. I get it on some level. So it makes no sense logically, which I'm very left brain when it comes to these soap operas, so I get that. But emotionally, it's a little bit different. Hmm. Netta says, with Ethan back, I hope they are having something in store for Christina, who should be in the mob, obviously. What do you mean, like, um, or like have those two characters go out or something, or because they never really finished the whole Parker storyline, and it's funny too because I do remember the actor Smith is saying something along those lines, like they want to wrap up that whole Parker storyline. Carrie says, I don't get why Gregory was scared to tell Finn. Finn's a doctor. He will definitely help him the best he can. It's Anita. I keep saying Anita. An- Anita. Jesus. Okay, I will get your name right. But you know what, Kyrie, it's not so much about um yeah, I get it from a have a good night, Joyce. Thank you for joining. Ben as a doctor, yes, but emotionally it's a little bit different. Like I get it from a logical point. Yes, he is a doctor, he can help and everything, but like emotionally he just doesn't want to burden that on the sons. Anita. Sorry, Anita. Sheree says I definitely wanted Ethan to be the Ethan I know. Yeah, a lot of people did. A lot of people did. So I get the disappointment. Now, Shauna says from what Gregory said, it's nerve disease that affects the brain. Now, Cherie says, remember the pressure Finn put on himself to save Chase? There's no cure to be found for Gregory. CW says, I miss Nate, but I will give James a chance. He probably only temporary anyway. Yeah, that's what I was like. That's exactly the same way I feel. That's exactly the same way I feel. Samuel says I can't really answer the worst episode GH because I haven't been watching long, only for about 10 years. No, I'm watching, so I don't think my answer will be fair. Okay, fair enough. But what? Whoa, 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 whoa. you serious? Yeah, that's what? Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to look into this. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that's that's exactly. I was like, I'm sorry, what? What? I'm. Now he just said no, no, no. Seriously? Now he just says that is just a rumor. Just a rumor. All right. It is just a rumor so far. A very, 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 very hard rumor. Spikequake says, wait, is the old Ethan? No, Spikequake. They're talking about the new guy that's playing him. But it's just a rumor though. It's just a rumor that is a rumor that let's not spread it. I love him as an actor. Yeah. Now Shauna says, "Albert, do you remember the Port Charles Hotel? Was good. Do you remember the Port Charles Hotel? Was good." Now Sandra says, "Are people shocked because I'm not?" Anita says, "Not True Blood original." She said it was Port Charles Hotel show. And Jess says, "No, he was in True Blood too." Oh, okay. Anita. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so afraid to sit there and say your name because I feel like I'm just gonna get it wrong, even though I kept saying it right. Now Monique says, "I one time encountered a Karen when I was 13." Damn. I'm sorry to hear that. Right quick says, "Hopefully Carly can get a story." Well, what happened though, Monique? If you don't mind me asking, what happened? Becky says, "Yeah, Gregory is a wasting precious time worrying what people will change instead of spending time with his family and friends." I get that part. Samuel says, "I'm never shocked when someone is found out to be racist in America or even in the world." Indeed. Yeah, but like I said, AJ said it was some before it was a rumor, so hmm, let's just keep it that way. Now China says in that hotel fire, Courtney was helping an elderly lady and went back for her dog. She gave her $10 million. Yeah, I do remember that. Spiderquick says Carly went from a good character to a terrible character. Daisy Flower says that is what was on the message boards during his time on the originals. Wait, okay, hold on. Daisy Flower, when you say his message board, okay, are we talking about the new character that plays Nate, that plays Ethan? Are we talking about the first Nathan? I mean, are we talking about the first character that played Ethan? Daisy Flower. Because when you talk about the original, I'm thinking you're talking about the first Ethan. Now, Cherie says, Albert, do you know about the Batman who laughs? Maybe you can tell me it later. I gotta look into that one. I will, though. I definitely will, Cherie. Sammy says we live next to a Karen growing up. My mama literally whooped her. Ariana says, when I first started out in my profession, I had people reject my help. At first, it bothered me. Now it's like, okay, on you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Cherie, I definitely will. Now, okay. Yeah, Daisy Fly, if you have a good night, Dave. Have a good night, Dave. Thank you for joining. John says, why are you trashing on CC Unit? I haven't trashed on, what are you talking about, John? I haven't trashed on CC Unit. I actually like CC Unit. I wasn't trashing on CC Unit. I was simply telling people what was going on because most people don't know, and telling them about the fact that he has a Rumble, so people can go there. Hey Blue says, I know Nate as Ethan. Was there another actor that played Ethan after him? Yeah, there's a new guy. I forgot his name though. Have a good night, Dave. Monique says they have a movie on Netflix called. Oh, it's on Netflix. I was wondering where. I knew it was. I knew it was on one of my streaming platforms though. It's all good, John. It's all good, John. Nah, me and CC Unit are cool. So yeah, no, I was just letting people know, like, to follow him on Rumble because he's not putting anything on YouTube except for live streams. It's all good. Uh, Spike Quick says, I think Batman Who Laugh is Batman as Joker or Joker as Batman combined. Have a good night, Chelsea. Thank you for joining. It was really great to see you in the chat. Hope I get to see you tomorrow. Have a good night, Kyrese, my friend. Have a great night. Look forward to seeing you in the next chat. Spyquick says, whatever happened to those channels? Are they all gone? What are you talking about, Spyquick? What channels? Samuel says Batman is a rich, privileged man who won't share his wealth and attacks the poor people. That's a very interesting take, Samuel. Lady Flaw says the first Ethan, it was said he drank too much. That sucks. Actually, Dave Flaw, I actually liked him on the originals. Although his character kind of pissed me off a little bit. Johnson says I wish the CW became a revived WB network instead. Yeah, anything except for this. Anything except for what the hell they're doing now. Have a good night, Shauna. Thank you for joining. Valerie says a drunk racist. Exactly. That's exactly what we need. A drunk racist. Johnson says watch the frog. Yes. Jonathan, I think like maybe 6 months ago, I started watching old commercials of the WB's lineup. It was so much of a nostalgic trip. Like Quick says, is the catch channels all terminated from YouTube? Most of them. Most of them. They got that TOS, that new terms of service, and when you don't follow it. But Spider Quick, it's the same thing with prank channels. Same thing with prank channels. Becky D said, have a good night. Yes, thank you. Have a good night. Yes, hit the like button. It actually really does help. We do get new people all the time. I feel like I haven't been saying that enough. Also, I didn't sit there and talk about the membership once. So yeah. Siri says I heard Lena will make an appearance. I'm sure it isn't much, but it's around my birthday and I look forward to seeing it. Yeah, I think everyone is. Most people are. Monique says, probably sometimes the truth comes out when you're drunk, sober words, or drunk people's thoughts. Sober words, drunk people's thoughts. I gotta think about that. Johnson says the W actually promoted their shows better. Yeah, it was funny sitting there watching like stuff like Unhappily Ever After. I think that's the only show I can remember. Um, Jay Blue said, just look up Nate stint as Ethan, and his last appearance was in 2020. Hmm. Maybe that's Jonathan. Maybe that's why they actually killed them off so much. I mean, killed them off so um, I guess kind of harsh in the show. DC says I would like Kyle to get a better wife, and why not? The fact that Summer won't consider Jeremy starts giving that his marriage to Phyllis was so quick prove Kyle deserves better. Nate deserves better as well. Well, I don't know, DC. I don't like saying this word too much because I never feel like an alpha. Rarely do I. But Kyle is such a ugh. I'll actually tell you the truth, DC, they both deserve each other. They both deserve each other. Summer is a okay, I'm kinda drunk, but I'm not that drunk. Summer is a POS and Kyle is a beta. It's like a match made in heaven or hell. Sherry says Nate deserves better. You feeling okay? Oh, okay. Why do you feel that way, Sheree? J Blue says this new Ethan isn't even visibly close to. Darby says Nate deserves a fat lip. Darby says Nate deserves a fat lip. What do you say about that, DC? When he says, I think maybe it's because Kyle and Summer grew up together, and maybe that's why Wynard thought they would be perfectly matched. Sheree says, I'm waiting for Ethan to open his mouth. Yeah, I want to see what he can actually do. DC says, I was happy for Nate finally exploring things with Victoria. He finally, with a real woman who can hold him down. Samuel says, I don't think Kyle is a punk. I think he is tough. He's in a tough position trying to support his wife while trying to advocate for his mom. Yeah, yeah. No, I agree with that as well. I do. There's just something about Kyle that just kind of rubs me the wrong way. Um, but I do get what you're saying now. Now, DC says, here's what's interesting about the new Ethan. Holly isn't blind, but you want to know who is? Luke. That's very true, DC. And it's funny, too, because here's the thing. I was actually going to say that during my review. And I was like, um, where did the blonde hair come in from? And then I went on Google and I was like, oh, yeah, well, yeah. Spike Quake says, whatever happened to Austin's Ava, Nicholas, it's been a month. You know what happened to them, Spider Quake? They got lost in the shuffle. That's what happens when you have a bloated cast. That's what happens when you have a bloated cast. But here's the thing. I am actually liking, and I'm not saying that stupid name, but I am liking the Trina and Spencer the boat stuff is great, and it sucks that they didn't actually have that stuff today. Monique says she was following me around a closing store. She thought I was going to steal something. I was just browsing the items. I think maybe she had people of color steal or so she was suspicious. Yeah. Hmm. You know, if I remember through this so-called drunken haze, I may sit there and tell people about that during their on the weekend. Yeah, on the weekend. The member stuff. Now, all right, screw it. I'll sit there and say it here. I won't. So this weekend, if everything goes well, I may sit there and want to doing a collab with someone. Someone that, some people may know this person, some people won't. It's a surprise. Still working on the details, but if everything goes well, this weekend, I may actually have another collab going on. Won't say who. I want to keep that as a surprise, but it'll be a fun one if everything goes well. Now, Cherie says, I'm not here for Nate. Or you don't like Nate. Or as DC like to say, Nate the Great. Yes, that's true. I'm actually looking forward to that stuff. I am. Yeah, Valley, it should be a good one. If everything goes through. No, Spider Quick, I don't think you do. No. Nope. Sheree says, Kyle, mommy, it's okay. You play dead. Just please warm my bottom at your back. Yeah, Valley, it's gonna be a fun one. But you might know. You might know Spider Quake. Sheree says Luke has been known to be Ethan's father for a long time. Helena was one of the first to figure it out. Johnson says, I heard Eric and Sloan will pass things up. That's good. Jonathan, it's fun. Johnson. See, this is exactly what I wish I had more time. I was really enjoying the scenes with Xander and Chloe. And normally I don't like Chloe. Now Spikewick says, have you ever did a collab with them before? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I want to keep that as a surprise, so I'm not gonna sit there and say too much, but um if anything is, Lorby said that sounds great. I like your collab. Yeah, no, Lorby, I always love Smith there working. Oh, Sheree. Oh, well, this one is actually not going to be. This collab is not going to be a members only, so it's going to be for everyone. It's going to be for everyone, so everyone can sit there and join. But yeah, Sheree, I noticed that you didn't have the Dragon Ball Star on there. Now, Double C says if Nicole don't get knocked up by Eric, well, Double C, can Nicole actually still get pregnant? Yeah, she. It's funny, Sheree, because I just when you said that, I was like, I know. I was like, there's something that's missing. It's true, DC. It's true. Johnson says he knows how Days doesn't have holiday breaks anymore. Yeah. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, I mean, it's a good thing for us. I don't know about them though. The non-com. What's good? What's good non-com? Cerise. It's my Dragon Ball. Yeah, no, I definitely miss having you in it. I definitely miss having you in the live streams. You know how we get down there in the live streams. Samuel says if this Nate and Victoria affair does make Elena go insane, it's all for nothing in my it was all for nothing in my opinion. And Darby says, I think Xan and Chloe are a fun couple of platonic friends. I don't, Darby, here's the thing. You said that, and I'm pretty sure Jonathan said that, but I feel like it's going to be more than just friends. I just do. I feel like it's going to be more than friends. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be more than friends. Johnson says if Nicole gets pregnant, it will be a miracle because she has a condition where she can't carry any more children. Yeah, Jonathan, I was wondering about that because I don't know who said it, but somebody was snipped there saying that, or I felt like somebody said that she can't get pregnant anymore. And DC says, do platonic friends even exist on soaps anymore? Let's honest question, no bias. Yeah, I don't. No, I mean, no. Well, DC, I would have to think about that. Like when I'm sober, I would have to sit there and really think about that. Yeah, I have to think about that when I'm sober. Darby says, "Oh, you really want Chloe with Brady again?" No, no. Oh, Jesus Christ! I did forget to do that. F my life. Um, and I said I was gonna close that window, and I didn't. Sheree says Curtis and Nina. Johnson says Gabby has the same condition. Oh, well, I know that well, she got beaten when she was in jail, so she can't carry anymore. DC says I was almost going to say Michael and Phyllis were platonic friends, but even they dated at some point prior. They said, wow, 2 years, 2 hours, that's the first. Yeah, no, yeah, Dave, yeah, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I do live streams for 2 hours. Here's the thing, Dave. I had to get a new battery. I had to get a new battery. So that's the reason why I couldn't do live streams as long. And also, it's only for these 2 days. It's only for 2 days throughout the week because every other day I work super early in the morning, so I can only do an hour. Yes, Tuesdays and tomorrow if I'm not tired or sick or having a hangover. Um, yeah, I'll definitely love to do the 2 hours again. AJ says Willow can die in a slow and painful death. She's trash. Jesus. Okay. Okay. Well. Damn. DC says I remember once on why now when the writers were almost gonna have Lily and Devon date and they quit. What? Oh, DC, you told me about that, right? You were saying that. You were saying that, right? What DC wasn't it two people that were cousins and they still wound up going out together? What show was that again? Gregory says, "Does anyone care?" Diane and Robert kiss today. Um, Laura B does. Laura B says, "I do." Valerie, I think is great. Okay. DC says, "Kind of like where the kissing cousins, but they became one of the most loved couples on the show." Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, DC. That's absolutely nuts and gross and yeah, no, that's just gross. There's nothing else to say about that. Okay, Cherie. So Cherie's on board. Samuel says, "How's my damn pen at?" Possible. Samuel says Phyllis believe that she's making Diane pay is simply because when people find out Phyllis isn't dead, they will hate her more than they hate Diane. Phyllis is loony but never stupid. DC says it was funny because I think there was one scene where Lily got out to shine Devon started. Whoa, whoa. Angel Blues in the chat. Angel says, if my memory serves me correct, Devon and Lily aren't related biologically. They just looked at Devon when they just took Devon when he was a teenager. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jonathan, let me know if you're still in the chat. First, I want to know if you're still in the chat. I got a pen, and I don't feel like actually sitting up there trying to find when you pronounced her name. But yeah, Jonathan, let me know if you're still in the chat. So, how did you pronounce her name again? Aneta, Aneta, right? This time I actually have my pen. She says late night. Yes, late night. Late night. Well, like I said, Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to be my. Jonathan, you are a rock star. Thank you. Thank you. Because I'm not gonna lie, Jonathan. Honestly, to tell you the truth, when you wrote it before, I was gonna just zip back up before I before I ended the stream to try to find it, but I was like, no, I'm pretty sure Jonathan is still in the chat. Digiflow says Lily and Devon aren't biologically related. I think it's just kind of weird, though. I guess it's kind of weird. I don't know. It's weird. It's like the Flash. When you have Iris and Barry growing up in the same house, and now that they're married, it's just. Samuel says the banter between Robert and Diane made my eyes roll. Oh damn! So pretty much Samuel is not. So Samuel, it's safe to say that you're not on board with Diane and Robert. AJ says it's not like Nina is going to hold Willow at gunpoint. Sheree says I usually hear from people that Bold and Beautiful usually the show 2 seconds away from family sleeping with family. No, Sheree, that's. I feel like that's more Days of Our Lives. I feel like that's more Days of Our Lives because everyone is so um connected. I feel like they're more related. Now DC says, I mean, honestly, questioning. Let's say you've been with someone for 5 years and then instantly find out you're related to that person, like they are cousins or something. What do you do? Um, I stopped going out with them. I pulled the brakes on that whole thing. That's what you do. Like, what do you mean? What do you do? You're like, ew, that's gross. Not trying to be on no Jerry Springer ish. I mean, damn, I certain things I don't judge, but then there's other things where I'm just like, Darby said, keep your damn mouth shut. Just have a good night, Laura B. Thank you. Thank you for joining. It was actually really good to see you in the chat again. Valerie. I feel like I need another drink to sit there and answer this question, to read this question. DC says, but what if you were married and have kids with them? As crazy as it sounds, people dated within their family bloodlines up until the 1900s is usually a distant relative. Thank you, Laura B. Thank you for joining. At that point, DC, you know what you do? You go to church and you just repent like there's no tomorrow. Um, DC, before I even get into it, what do you do? What do you think should be what do you think the appropriate solution to that should that be? Darby says, why do you have so many questions on this subject? No, Darby. I want to know what DC's solution is to it. Yes, Valley, you pray. You pray, you pray to whatever God you believe. Um, that's what you do, Valley. But no. I want to know what I want to know. I want to know what DC's solution is. I would preferably like to know that before I go to bed tonight. Samuel says, I mean, I don't care about Diane and Robert getting together, but we don't need this silly love story. It would have been better if they just met up for X from time to time. Diane does have curves. Diane does have curves. My dude Robert was like, "Oh yeah, you look really nice in that jersey." I'm like, "Yeah, bro, come on." We 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 really know what you mean. Darby says, "Well, think about something else." No, 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 no. Darby, he can think about something else. He is free to think about something else after he answers that question. Okay. Angel Blue says, "I'm happy to see more of Diane recently." Um, Jay's Diane, right? AJ, which one is trash? DC says, "Well, I've never been in that situation before that I know of, but if I never knew they were my family and the deed has already been done. It's been years and we're married." I'm like, just keep it moving, not say anything to anyone. All right. Well, um, wow. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, Valley. I'm still thinking about that. Jay Blue says Kevin Bacon and Curry are distant cousins. Well, that's just gross. That's just And Darby says that's the correct answer, DC, and plus it will keep people away from looking at your. Daisy Flower says Queen Elizabeth and her husband were cousins. That is so gross. Okay, well, Siri says, "What is on your mind?" That I need more alcohol to actually finish this conversation. That's what's on my mind right now. That's what's on my mind right now. I need Yeah, I need more alcohol to sit there and finish this conversation. But yeah, Valerie, I'm right with you. Um, DC said, yeah, well, Elizabeth and Prince Philip were, I think, first or second cousins once removed. How does that make it? How does that make that any better? How does knowing the order make that any better? That's my question. And Darby says all the European monarchy were somewhat related. When they said talk about talking the deep south to England. And Mel said, I don't believe family incest getting together. I feel like I need another drink before I start reading DC's comment at this point. DC says, well, the more distance the bloodlines, the less complications when they have kids. Well, so this conversation went south. Double C says Queen is related to her husband. No wonder Prince Charles looks weird. He also, Double C. Hmm, that's not the only thing that's weird. Now Cherie says, Albert, can you cheers? Can you cheers for me? Um, I got a sliver of alcohol in it. Yes, I can. I can. You mean you mean tonight? Like after the live stream? I want to make sure that I'm clarified. Last it says this got weird. Yes. 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 It's yeah. Yeah. The facial the expression on my face definitely says it. Um. Now Sammy says, "Listen, if you want to talk, listen if you want to be with your cousin. Who am I to tell you? I just know." Oh my God. Monique says I had one friend who was with a guy for 12 years, never did anything sexual, almost did until she found out he was her mother's. Oh wow. Oh my. I think that's an oh my kind of moment. She says your science said breeding inbreeding leads birth defects. With what the F are we talking about? Yeah. Let's do it now. Oh, okay. You know what? Cheers. Since I still have a little bit more left in here. Now, Samuel says the whole royal family is weird looking. I'm good. I'm going to the castle. Of course, Cherie. Of course, anything for you. Anything for you. DC says, "Oh, Lily, I felt like this chat just jumped into Jerry Springer, and I wasn't, and I was trying to mention Tammy and Johnson on Guiding Light." Oh no, 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 DC. It started off that way. It just the conversation went left kind of fast, but yeah. I feel like I feel like I need to pour me another drink. Lastly, it says cousins are still related by blood, so it's creepy. It's not just creepy. Last day, it's gross. It's just absolutely 100% gross. The people that was rooting for Tammy and Jonathan, um, they need counseling. They need Jesus. They need um, they need a priest. She says, "I'll stay out with you more. Stay out more with you." Well, I would definitely like that, Shireen. Well, Valerie, am I wrong? What was I wrong about any of those things? A priest, a therapist, Jesus, whatever you name it, that's what they need. She says, I think many people here say one thing, but trust when you're in that situation may be a whole another story. Thank you, Valerie. Now DC says like the souls we got step siblings pairing up, so it's all about perception. Not, I mean, here's the thing, DC. Yeah, I get that, and that's weird. Okay, that's weird. That's weird. But I mean, they knew that they were blood related, and they just said, "Eh, it's cool." Like, how do you? DC, there's just no excuse for that. There's just no excuse for that. You need Jesus. You need a therapist. You need an exorcism. Um, no person in their right mind. Well, I mean, I get that, DC, but here's the thing: they initially didn't know, but then they did know. That's the thing. Okay, cool. They didn't know, but then it was like, "Hey, I still love this person," and the audience were just like, "Yeah, okay." Wow. I feel like I need another drink to sit there and finish this conversation. So I think I'm gonna sit there and this drink right here because when we start diving into kissing cousins and stuff like that, I think it's time for me to go to bed. Simon says, I mean, the royal family and kissing cousins are so opera and drama filled. Yeah, yeah. At that point, I think it's time for it to just yeah. Simon says, so we are right on topic. We are so not right on topic, Samuel. We couldn't be any further. I feel like I need to go to church at this point or read the Bible or something. Um, so, Sandra said, I mean, Cherie says, as a Jamaican girl, we got to be careful not to date cousins. The men get around. Yeah, Valerie. Yes. On that note, have a good night, Valerie. Double C says, remember when Ridge? I'm sorry, what? Double C says, remember when Ridge kissed Bridget? Um, nope. But I feel like I need another drink to actually have this conversation. So, the DC says I feel like I got it cleared that. Oh no, DC, you definitely got to clear that up. So we gonna talk about this tomorrow because I feel like I need to pray now. I feel like I need to pray now for just a ton of reasons. Have a good night, J Blue. Last day says yes, that happened. Yeah. Um, Johnson says if Passions was still on, they could have a crossover with Days with the possession storyline. Yeah, I'm still stuck on that whole. DC says I'm referring to if people don't know initially know they're related is what I mean. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe if I actually have another drink, that may actually make sense. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you Blackmon. Thank you DC. Thank you Angel. Thank you Double C. Thank you Anna. Thank you Darby. Thank you Samuel. Thank you Anna B. Thank you Jonathan. Thank you Last Day. Thank you Valerie. Thank you Daisy Flower. Thank you Monique. And I'm missing some people. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Angel Blue. It's really great to see y'all in the chat. This is fun. DC says, good night, everyone. Good Lord. Yes. Yes, because I feel like at this point, after this conversation, we all need a little bit of Lord in our life. Last day. Have a good night. Samuel says, okay, I had my laugh for the night. Good night, y'all. Have a good night, Samuel. You know, it's always great to sit there and see you in the chat. Hope I get to see you tomorrow. Sheree says, I love the Lord. Yes, I love the Lord too. And I'm more of a spiritual person. I'm more of a spiritual person, but Jay Blue says Albert feels dirty. Yes, I do, and I'm a pervert, so that's saying something. I'm a pervert, so that's saying something. Have a good night, Mel. DC says Osis is indeed Mel. So Phyllis kills Stark. Oh, DC. Where have you been, my friend? Oh yeah, you're doing big things. All right, everyone, stay safe. Look forward to seeing everyone in the next live stream. You know the time tomorrow, as we always do. And well, if you don't know, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Monique says, good night, everyone. See you on the next chat. Yes, definitely, Monique. DC says, I'm just watching it now. Oh, okay. Yes, Jonathan. Yes, yes, definitely leave a like. Leave a like. And, again, Jonathan, thank you for that because I wrote it down this time. I wrote it down. So you're a rock star. Thank you, Jonathan. Simon says, technically, Bridget and Ridge aren't brother and sister, but share Eric as their father. Don't know how to pronounce that name. Is Ridge biological father, and Eric is Bridget's biological. Oh, okay. DC says, damn, and Stark was the mastermind too. Phyllis done messed up. Yes, thank you, Jonathan. All right, everyone. I will see y'all all in the next live stream. Laters. Yeah, man, I agree with that. I do got to watch that now at some point. All right. Laters.